Okay, dude, I'm ready.
Okay, so we've done 10 of these. This will be the 11th one.
Okay.
We've redone the podcast room.
We have.
We have painted the walls, got rid of all the scrapes, patched the holes from when I was a teenager, put up paintings.
Oh my God, between you and your brother. Oh my God, both of you been in this room. Hey. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, how are you feeling about this room?
It's probably better than it ever looked, even when I moved in, because this house was trash when we moved in. So this is good. We done a lot of work in here, though. I give you that.
Was it actually trashed when we moved in?
Oh, the carpet. You're too young, but no, this house. So they did a reno on this house. They did one of those like flash makeover renos, so you can flip the house real quick and put in a new kitchen and a new deck, and did all this stuff. And then I bought this house, and within a year, the deck almost fell off the house.
Right.
Had the holes in it, and we couldn't even let the dog out on it. The carpet still hadn't been changed. All the dog pee was everywhere, and all the carpet, everything was straight. And then I go down this room, famously this room. All you kids have been in this room. Well, first of all, downstairs. If I don't even remember downstairs, we did the downstairs, and we had the big bendy couch and the giant TV, and then you put a remote control through the TV and ruined the TV, and then Douglas had all of his friends over coming in and out the back door, and I'd come home and there'd be 30 kids in my basement eating potato chips, playing Warcraft or Master of, I don't know, whatever, one of those games. I don't know, my God. Every time I came down, there was more kids playing games, and then I decided, no, this can't be. I don't know I have to. Anyways, I moved you guys upstairs, and then it was a disaster upstairs. And anyways, this is the best this room has ever looked.
I think so. Well, that and maybe when Monique was in here.
Oh my God, I forgot she lived here too. Yeah, that's right.
Totally. She was here for...
She lived down here for a while too.
That's when she first moved in.
Yeah, well, you know,
I've never...
You'd assume your daughter would be the cleanest one of the bunch, and she was... just as bad as everyone else, man. Yeah.
But I do remember the giant hole in the deck. That was funny.
Oh yeah, walking around making the dog wouldn't even go out. It's like, no, I'll just pee in the corner. I'm okay. Like, I don't want to go outside. Yeah.
Totally.
Anyways, room is ready to go. We got podcast. What is this? Number 12?
Number 11.
No, number 11. My
number
God.
11. But we made it to 10 podcasts. So
we did.
They say most podcasts don't even make it to 2 episodes. Most podcasts. Most people buy a bunch of equipment, do 1 podcast, then they forget about it. Then the next group is they don't go past 10. So I was like,
dude, we're at 11.
I want to go past 10. I was like, right. I don't care. I want to make it to at least 100.
All right. Well, we're only 900 behind Joe. So,
yeah.
Right? And then when we get Joe Rogan on this podcast, we know we've made it.
Yeah, we're like 2,000 or 3,000 behind Joe.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think he got a bunch of podcasts deleted from... I don't know. I think there was some...
They took some out. They took some out. There was some...
There was some beef because he was saying some words.
Oh, yeah. And some, whatever. Well, we might say some things too. You never know.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
But I would.
Hey, if I get deleted, I'd be happy if I said something that got deleted.
I would like this podcast to be exactly, or not exactly like that, but sort of like that, where it's more casual. You know, we're drinking, we're saying whatever we want.
What? We're drinking? What?
Yes, we're drinking.
I don't know who this guy is. All right.
So.
Okay, here we go. All right. So. This is podcast number 11. It's called the 5-Question Challenge.
It is.
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, well, this is Potato Water Thursday. There might be some potato water involved. That's my gig. I usually have Fridays off, and so Thursday is my Friday, so it became Potato Water Thursday. So, this is my son. This is my youngest of 2.5 children that I own. I'll get into that way later. And this one has decided to be a business entrepreneur person. Much to my, please don't do it. Oh my God. Anyways, he's taken over, and thank God for him, because I wouldn't be here without him. And so thus the podcast, because if this was not it, I'd be on a fax machine going, hey, I'm going to fax you my podcast or whatever. I don't know. I'm so old. Fax machine. Podcast. Fax machine was the coolest thing. When I could order by fax and not have to phone in my orders, that's how old I am. Anyways, all right. So this is called the 5-Question Challenge. This is my son. He runs the store. I'm the old man who has been pushed out to the front with the broom sweeping. and we're going to ask each other 5 questions. So I'm going to go first because I'm old and I get to do that. All right, you ready?
Ready, Freddy.
Okay, so my son at one point was an extremely proficient drummer. My son at one point had a drum teacher that pulled me aside and said, "This guy could do it. He can make it. He can do it. If he puts the effort in, he can do it." We talk about talent and whatever, and talent rides on the coattails of fucking effort. So anybody with effort's going to make it any more than talent. Talent usually only gets you so far. Well, there's many sayings about that, but anyways, with effort, they said he could make it as a drummer. But I'm going to ask you this question because I know the answer to this. Do you know why you chose drumming?
That's actually a really good point. I remember you pushing me to try drumming, and I came home and there was a drum set, or I think I woke up on Christmas or something.
Well,
and
you wanted to drum. You asked about drumming. But
I thought, yeah. Because at the time I was playing clarinet in the school band.
But that's not why you did drumming.
Why is it?
Do you know why you couldn't play guitar?
Oh, because my fingers were too small?
That's what you said. Somebody told you when you started, and I took you to guitar lessons, and the guitar teacher told you,
so mad.
Your fingers are too. You were like 4, and he's like, and I gave you a guitar. Your fingers are too small. He goes, well, I can't play guitar, so I'm done. That was it.
Well, okay.
You threw the guitar at me and said, I'm done. And you didn't want to do it. I'm like, that's it? It's over? No, you would not play guitar. And maybe 2 years later, 6, 7 years old, 8, maybe, I don't know, you said, drums. And I'm like, 15 minutes after you said that, full drum kit in the house.
Yeah.
15 minutes after that, full drum kit, not in the house, out in the garage.
Acoustic drum kit.
Yes.
Not one of those electric ones.
Oh, no.
I got one of those later.
No, yes. 15 minutes after you said drum kit in the house.
Yeah.
15 minutes after that, drum kit in the garage. No, you're out.
No. It was in the house for quite a while.
It was. But we did buy you an electronic drum kit too.
Absolutely. But I want to go back to that.
Shout out to Dave. Dave from Classic Framing. He's not Dave. You know who you are. But thank you for selling me your daughter's drum kit, and thank you for contacting me.
Oh, no way.
20 years later, going, hey, do you still have that drum kit? I think I might want it back. I'd like to try. Anyways, whatever.
That's too funny.
Yes. So that I think that's why you turned to drumming. So for those of you who don't know, again, my son was a very, very proficient drummer who was really good. But then, I don't know. So tell them how you end up in music production, videography, going to Kelowna, going to school, and becoming an AV giant mogul.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it kicked off with drumming for sure, right? Trying to drum and drumming itself, and then I don't know, one day I wanted to write a rap, so I wrote a rap, but I took a really big liking to it and just kept writing raps after raps after raps, and then we decided, you get out of high school and some of your friends are going to post-secondary and some of your friends aren't, and you're kind of stuck in the middle of like, well, what do I do? What do I like? Like, blah, blah, blah. And so I was looking at all these universities because that's what my friends were doing. They were going to universities and stuff. And so we checked out a few universities.
Well, we have a story here.
Of course. And then we went to Lethbridge University to check it out. And thankful for you because you said, you were like, that's not... You want to go to university because your friends are going to university.
Yes.
It's more about what do you want to learn?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do in post-secondary? That's what's going to make it worth it. That's what's going to make the student loan worth it. Can
I tell my little story?
The trip worth it and everything. I have more to go on that, but it's a total side detail. But you go.
Well, I'll just interject quickly because for my relevance, it hit home to me for who I am. At the same time, for who you were. We went to Lethbridge, and you didn't have the marks to get into university. But I was like, you don't need marks to get into university. You just need the drive. And we drove all the way down there and had a meeting with the lady, whatever her name was,
Yeah.
whatever, to go to university. And she said, well, yeah, we could talk about that. And that is a thing. And I said, so what do you got? She says, well, these are the reasons you need the marks, because you need to write about this and all this classical music and jazz music and all of this and that and everything. I'm thinking is like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't want to learn any of that. That's not even where I want to go. And I don't want to write about this, and I don't want to do essays. I want to learn about how do you make music? How do you be creative? Like, how I am creative. Show me what to do with it. And they're more like, nah, you got to write about it. And yeah, you got to talk about it. I'm like, sorry for whatever. Typical university, just blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm freaking out in the chair while he's in the interview. And I'm like, I don't even want to go to this university. I'm out. Get in the car to drive home. His mother, me, him. Must be half an hour. Nobody says anything. He suddenly pipes up and says, so how'd you make it? How'd you do it? Like, what did you do? And I said, well, I didn't go to university, that's for sure. And I said, I found a way to learn what I needed to learn. And I knew right away, this isn't for you. This is not you in any way whatsoever. It's not me. But I was like, I just was so glad that I'd left school by that point. I was so glad that I left school and that I quit art college, and I found a way to learn what I learned. And I'm like, oh my God, it was just the moment that I knew you're going to do this. I had 100% faith. You don't need to, that's not your direction. And for some, total good direction. And look, your friends that all went to university, they're kicking ass. They're doing good.
Totally.
But they took, whatever. But oh my God, that was just the day I knew you were going to make it. And the day that I vindicated myself for not going to school, going, I'm not that guy either. Thank you.
No, but you spoke of great points. Like, a lot of kids find themselves trapped in a student loan, and they come out with a degree or a diploma that doesn't, it's just a piece of paper.
It's still driving a cab.
Exactly. And so what I ended up doing was I went to Kelowna for audio engineer diploma, which again is just a piece of paper, but it taught me exactly what I needed to know to do the music that I wanted. And out of it, I ended up with a job at a corporate company, FMAV, doing audio-visual for...
They hired you right out of school, man.
Absolutely. And I was actually one of the only ones to get the job, but stayed in Vancouver for a year, did that, moved back to Calgary, and...
They moved you back to Calgary and put you in charge of the TELUS Convention Center. Come on, tell the truth. You're the king, man.
Yeah. Well, no, they, I worked at the TELUS Convention Center. I was the lead tech. But what I'm trying to say is, with all the tech background coming into Swinton's, is like, it's nice because Swinton's had none of that. And any of my input is like...
Yeah, we did. We had lots of it. Yeah, we did. We still had a fax machine. Ba-doom. Oh, my God. You came in just in time before the pandemic and saved the fucking show. I'm sorry. You did. Absolutely. Okay, so just on my
I'm
point.
going to make another drink. One sec. You keep going.
I tried so hard to keep up with everything and all this social media and everything. And even this is 2018. So it's even like ages ago. Even like technology's going so lightning fast. Even 2018 was so long ago, and I'm trying to keep up with Facebook and all of this stuff. And it's really hard when, maybe it's an age thing, my age, whatever. I don't give a really rat's ass about Facebook. If it all went away tomorrow, I'd be happy to go back to a dial telephone, to be honest with you. I really would.
I think me too at this point, minus the marketing potential and the audience potential. Straight up on my own, the entertainment purpose of it, I don't give a rat's ass about it. Like, it could go away and I wouldn't care.
But
the business side of it, that would hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but
I've learned so much.
So I'll tell you this from the business side of it. You have no idea how much we used to pay for a Yellow Page ad in the Yellow Pages.
That's what I mean.
Right?
It's
If I could take all of that money and put it into social media now, I would get 100-fold the response that I got from Yellow Pages or a newspaper. I'll give you that. Like, honest to God. That the advertising thing, and look, it's just the way the world is today. It's just the way it is.
It is.
And so I have to live it. But thank you for coming on board. Like, I'll tell you the story. He I asked him to help me with Instagram because I don't know how to Instagram. And this night he showed me some things and he came in and said, he looked and said, okay, oh God, Dad, how about I just do your social media? Why don't you just pay me separate? I'll keep my job. I'll just do your social media. 1 month he does social media. And then he comes to me and goes, oh my God, you need a lot of help. You are way falling behind. How about I just work in the store? I'm just going to work in the store. I'll do social media, but I'm going to start. Anyways, poor guy has taken over the store. Thank God, because he's running the whole thing. And then the pandemic hit. And if it wasn't for him and all the orders online, and man, I was delivering 20, 30 packages a day out of the store when we were in the pandemic. All he did was drive around all day doing delivery. I know more about this city than any cab driver does. Anyways, thank God for you. And because, like I say, it's very hard to learn something you could give a rat's ass about anymore, right? And sure. It's the new wave. It's the new thing. I'm done. I'm old. I'm done. Hey, welcome. I'm going to go outside with my little apron and sweep the front of the store. And I'm happy to do it. And thank you. Thank you, bro, for being there.
Of course, man.
All right.
Love you, dude.
And it's your fucking problem now.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all good. It's going good. It's going smooth.
It's going better than it ever has. Yeah, thank you very much.
There's a few wrinkles to iron out, but...
Yeah, like my paycheck. Yeah, keep that coming. Because I can't retire yet. All right.
Okay. Well, I guess we should take it back to painting a little bit.
All right. I think, did we have... Is it question for question? I can't remember. Anyways.
Sure, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, okay.
I was thinking...
I got a better story. Here's the story. This is one of my favorite stories. Okay, you ready? This is the day I knew you really should be an artist. So I don't know if you remember. We used to go outside and paint. I used to take both of you and Douglas outside to paint. We'd go to the Shuswap and we'd paint. And it was mostly so that your mom could have quiet time. And I'd take you guys and we'd paint. We'd hang out and whatever, and you painted. And then Douglas never took a shine to painting. My older son, he's like super artistic too. He'll weld shit. And I got the most giantest, hideous snowboard holder in my basement still that's made of thing. It's the most artistic thing you've ever seen. It weighs 60,000 pounds. It's 16 feet tall and it holds 2 snowboards. But he made it when he was like 14 or 15 out of welding. It's like, oh my God, I love it. And now he's like king of welding. Anyways, I just remember saying to you, I want to paint. I want to paint. I want to paint. I'm like, okay, let's go paint. And I said, I gave you a bunch of photos. And you go, no, I don't want to paint photos. I want to paint something real. Like, photos are stupid. Just whatever. And so you went down and put some stuff from my basement together and you put it in a pile and then you painted it. And you went down. You were downstairs for, 45 minutes painting with watercolor. And then you brought the painting up. And this is so good. You brought the painting up and said, here, this is what I painted. You put this little painting on the thing, and I looked at it and went, oh,
what the hell is that?
That's really good. That's nice. And I'm like, that's really nice. And I'm like, what is it? And then you went like this and pushed it back to me and goes, what do you want it to be? And I was like, damn straight, baby. You're an artist. You're like, I don't care. Give me money. I don't care. You decide what you want it to be, and I'll make it that. I'm okay. You didn't have a fear in the world. And I was like, oh, my God, you should be an artist. You have no fear. The young, when you're young and you don't know, it's just, you just don't care. It's like, I don't have all this pressure from the world. Sure. Like God, and like Picasso says.
You have no expectation from other people.
If you could just go back to being an adult and painting like a 5-year-old, the world would be fantastic because nobody cares, right?
Yeah, it's so true.
Anyways, that's my story because I tell that all the time. I love that.
That's awesome. Okay, I was gonna bring it back to like painting professionally though. Ooh. So you all the time, we've probably done over, I'd like to say 500 videos, 500 small lessons.
Wow.
That I've probably, listened.
Thank God, Mr. Editor.
And then, after I hear the lesson, I go back and edit the video. So I hear the lesson after doing the lesson like 20, 30 times while editing the video. I go slowly. I pause, play, pause, play, right? So I really, by the end of the video, by the end of the edit, I really do understand the lesson because I've heard it so many
Nice.
frickin' times,
Nice.
right?
Okay.
And so one of your biggest lessons that's tried and true to you is the 5 dominations of painting,
Absolutely.
right? And so very basic question, kind of stupid question, but out of those 5 dominations of painting, what do you think does the most for the painting?
Oh, wow, you went there. Okay. Well, first of all, the 5 dominations of painting, I don't believe is my idea at all. I thought it was my idea, and I'd stumbled on this after doing hundreds of critiques of people's paintings and hundreds of problems with my own painting. I realized it just keeps falling in the same order. Here's the order that things happen. Drawing, value, edges, color. There's only 4 sections of painting. Drawing, value, edges, color. And they're in order of importance. And I thought, I got this. I figured this out. I know where everything is, and I know how to, I don't know how to paint, but I know how to fix paintings, and I know what to do and where I need to look. And I thought, God, I'm so smart. And then the Richard Schmid book, SCHMID, it came out. And I'm like, whatever I can't even remember the name of it, but the Richard Schmid, how to paint book comes out. And I open it up, and it goes, here's your first 4 chapters, drawing, value, edges, color. And I was like, ugh, really?
It's not mine.
Really? Oh, my God. And there he is. He's telling me the same thing. And it's like, it took me that long to figure it out, but it's already been there. But the four sections, drawing, value, edges, color. So that's the importance that drawing is number 1, and drawing means composition. Not that you have to draw well, but an apple needs to look like an apple, barn needs to look like a barn in some degree, right? If you're going to paint realistically, or what we call representational painting, things need to kind of look like things that are identifiable. So drawing, then value, we see in value before color, then, drawing, value, edges, getting your edges soft, and then color is the least important. And color gets all the credit and value does all the work. We all know that. So that was the thing. And out of that stemmed what I called, and I don't know if I made this up or not. Probably not. I'm going to probably pick up a book tomorrow and go, damn it, there it is. But the 5 dominations. And the 5 dominations, which was, you asked, number 1, which I call motive or shape or size, is foreground, middle ground, background, large, medium, small. Do you have something? And so
you think that is
that's the number 1. That's the number 1. So there's a little video.
You think that above all makes the painting most interesting.
That's the first thing you can. Yeah? I don't give a shit what you do after that.
You think the composition itself.
So you go
not
look.
The temperature, not the.
No. You go look up a little video, and I wish I had it here. And maybe I don't know if you can insert a video in a podcast, but there's a little video, and it's from a recent movie of Steven Spielberg wanting to be a director of a movie. He wants to get into movies, and he goes and seeks out some really old director, and the old director's smoking a cigar, and he gets him in his room and goes, you want to be a director? Really? You want to get into movies? Jesus, why would you want to do that? He says, well, all right. He goes, go look at that painting over there. He goes, what do you see? He says, well, there's a horse and a rider. He goes, no, tell me about the painting. He goes, well, it's light. He goes, no, where's the horizon line? And he goes, the horizon line is like way at the bottom. He goes, yeah, nice. Now go look at that painting over there. He goes, tell me about that painting. He goes, well, there's a lady and he goes, no, Jesus Christ, where's the horizon line? And he says, the horizon line's at the top. And he goes, there you go. Horizon line at the top, nice. Horizon line at the bottom, nice. Horizon line in the middle, shit, it's crap. Don't put anything in the middle. Don't be boring. Now go away.
Wow. And it was like, where was this from?
It's from a movie where I think it's based on Steven Spielberg, how he got into movies and wanting to be a movie producer or a movie director.
Okay.
And the basic idea is, don't paint anything boring. Don't make anything symmetrical and same, and just, goddamn, don't be boring. And the whole thing is set things up in the beginning not to be boring. And then you can do whatever you want after that. But so my mantra then goes back to 90% of all of the problems in a painting occur in the first 5 minutes. And it's that first 5 minutes.
I'd also say
when you set up a painting,
5 seconds, because if the reference photo is shit,
if you got
right?
Shitty reference, shitty painting. Sorry,
I just got to check this one second.
Shitty reference, shitty painting. So you better have a really good reference photo, or have something that, and okay, so I'll go down this little path quick before we get to more questions. I'll go down this path. Don't give me the reference photo where you go, well, it was a really nice day and we were having a picnic and then my sister spilled her wine, and then the ants came, and we had to run, and remember the lake was so shiny? I'm like, nobody gives a rat's ass about about all that crap. People want to see something that brings to life something else that they don't normally see, or that they themselves, whatever. The guy in the green book, whatever, that says that inspires them to think that they themselves saw that that's exactly the way it is when it's not that way. Mm-hmm. Like Hawthorne on painting, that when he reads that you need to get someone out of the humdrum day of their life, nobody cares about your aunt or your picnic. Like
nobody cares about the
get
narrative.
some shit. And David Sharp, the great David Sharp, Winslow Art Center, lives in Cochrane. That says all his big mantra is, all you have is a square. Just put something interesting in the square.
Totally.
That's all it is. Just put something really interesting in that square.
Yeah. Well, it actually it's the same thing with music, right? Music is just a bunch of sounds that make you feel a certain way. And a painting is just a bunch of marks that make you feel a certain way.
Absolutely.
So whatever that feeling is coming out of the painting, that's what people are buying. That's just sales right there.
It is.
What is the feeling that you're creating for the majority of people? Because some people will feel this way, some people will feel that way, but there is an average of what people are feeling when they're seeing the painting, and that's what people are buying. That's what people want in their home.
I'll tell you now, more than ever, people want quasi-representational paintings, something they understand and know, but they want it to be really creative. So it looks like, wow, that's a different way of looking at that. That excites me.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe it's always been like that. It used to be more representational, where they wanted an actual vision of something, because we didn't have cameras, we didn't have photographs, or the only thing we saw were books. But to have that a painting on your wall of that, nowadays it's more like, no, it's got to be a little more energetic, a little more colorful, a little more like, wow, that's something I could never do. It inspires them to be better than they are.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, yeah.
I find myself, because I don't paint, right? I don't paint, and I've been around art my whole life. And being in the art store,
used to bring down people into my studio so they could see boobies.
Yes.
When you were little, let's go into my dad's studio.
There's
boobies. There's boobies down there.
Well, that was before the internet.
Too funny. Too funny.
Absolutely. Well, then you had a cast of mom's boobs.
Oh God, here we go. Yeah. Don't tell that to my new wife, because she made me throw them out. Sorry.
What?
Yeah, because you want a cast of your mom's boobs later.
Nostalgic.
Creepy. It was.
That is creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy for my new wife too, and I had them hidden in my studio in the back, and yeah. So listen, hey, you've now. How long you been at the store?
For.
How long you been at the store?
I'd say 4.
4 years. 19, you were 19, 20, 20, five. 5 years. At least 5. It seems so weird. 5 years. You've been at the store 5 years. It still feels like you've been there for a year, and I know. Like, terrible. But, okay, so you, what's going on with the rap?
Oh.
Are we still rapping?
Yeah, we are, actually.
Are you producing anyone? Are you doing any of that? And fine, like, spare time. Good luck with that. But you have a new baby.
I have a newborn baby. So super hard to find time. I love rap. I love it so freaking much. Like, just honestly, it must be like painting for you, but every single time.
Yeah, the only difference is that like a lot of people like painting and 11 people like rap.
Shut up.
That's just for my fans.
It's just every single time I do it, fans. I feel good. You know? I feel like, this is totally, it lights me on fire, you know? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, I rap with my buddy. His name's Emerson. And so we make tracks together, and rapping with Emerson is great because it keeps me... We do it once a week, and even though I don't have time to write any lyrics or mix anything, I'll at least go over to his house and record and do a little bit of mixing. And at least it keeps me in touch.
Yes, absolutely.
Rather than spending 2 years apart from it and then coming back.
Oh, you can't.
And
You
so
almost can't.
You just can't
You
do
can't.
that.
You can't. You got to keep your feet wet all the time. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
so happy that
absolutely.
that I did that I pushed myself, even though I had no time for myself, that I pushed myself every single week to at least go do a tiny little smidge of it because it kept my feet
Dude,
wet.
if I don't paint, if I miss 3 or even 4 days of painting, it's like I'm backwards. I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't know. It's like a lawnmower. I'm trying to get her fired up again because it's like you just get going and you finally go, oh yeah, I feel it again. Okay, I know what I'm doing. And it's like, oh, I got to go.
Yeah,
hey, I'm doing it again.
totally.
It's like, no, that's shit, man.
So it hasn't been much, but for the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to write one verse or a half a verse or whatever I can get in a day. So I've been writing again, for 2 weeks I've been writing again, which has been absolutely freaking awesome. And what I do, basically going into rap, if you write a verse, you have the cadence on a piece of paper or on your phone if you're typing or whatever.
So do you
wait.
Okay.
You have your cadence and whatever, and you're doing it. But if you don't hit voice memo on your phone and rap it you can forget the cadence.
Oh, totally.
You can forget how it went.
I have 357,000 songs written on my voice on my. I just write it down, and I have this one called "Deviled Eggs" where it's all about deviled eggs, and I look it up and go, yeah, I don't remember. But if I had written down
if you had
the rhyme that had the thing that's saying, something why I like deviled eggs, I'd be like, that was a song, man.
Totally.
Damn it. I know.
Exactly. So I do that every single time after, and it's great because on my way to work or anything, I can play that voice memo, and I kind of start to...
Dude, all you need is the idea of the song and just a bit of a cadence. And you go, I totally remember what that is now.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, there's a big thing when you're recording. So recording after I've done 8 years of recording, and I've done it every single week.
3 CDs?
4 albums.
4 albums, sorry. 4.
Oh,
I should know that. This is not good, is it, Dad?
4 albums of 12 to 16 tracks each. So I've made my fair share of songs, and I've recorded... even though I wasn't writing, I wasn't mixing.
Played live many times.
I have recorded every single week for 8 years straight.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so, basically, where was I going with this? Recording in itself is a kind of, like everything, it's a fine balance, but it's also a delicacy because, say you write a rap, right? And if you don't know that rap by heart, you're just kind of reading it, reading the words sort of thing.
Never.
There's something magical about recording a song for the first time. Because once you re-record it, the feeling's gone. The energy's gone. And so if you record the song for your first time without really knowing the song, it bites. It sucks. It's terrible. So there's a fine balance between knowing the song word for word without having to read it, recording it for your first time, but not knowing it too much that there's still energy there.
It's called rear view mirror painting. When you try to paint a painting a couple of times and the first one kind of sucked, but a lot of times the first painting is just it's magical and it's good. But it's in this roughest, gnarly state. But I always say, 20% underdone is better than 2% overworked. So in its gnarliest state, garage recordings, I look back at a lot of rock bands that I love, and I'm like, their garage recordings, man, Just get that fucking producer out of the way. They over fucking produces and it's too polished. It's like, where was that gritty raw thing? So there's between that and when you're ready to do the garage version and we're still practicing this song and it's really nasty. Like there's nasty, then there's good. But painting, you can paint a painting and it's pretty damn good. That's the one you want. You go and go, okay, now I'm ready to do the good one, but you never paint a new painting. You think about the other painting you're doing going, oh,
I
this
want
painting
it to be like,
yeah, and what did I do there and how did I make that work? Because I like that. That's never good. That's why.
There's edits. You can make edits to the first painting.
Yes.
Right? And you can touch it up and you can fix it. But if you redo the painting, if you redo the recording, that magic is gone.
Yeah. So this is the cool thing about jazz music. So jazz music, and you look at a guy like Thelonious Monk, who 5 albums, he has the same song on there, but every time he plays that song, it's different because it's improvised. Different musicians, different people, different things. Like if you're going to paint a painting again, then it's the theme of the painting, the idea of the painting. Don't actually paint that painting again, but what was the idea? What was the color? What was the color scheme? What were you trying to achieve there? Like throw that in. But do not look at your old painting. Do not look at it. This is fresh. You got to be fresh every time. Like hit that fresh and know what you're doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's something that gets you psyched up about like having a fresh thing in the works that I would say is 40% done. Because once you hit maybe not. Well, 40,
I just 100% agree with you. So this is my mantra is so I don't sleep well at night. So I wake up, this is a whole second sleep syndrome thing that I've been tested for, and it's a new thing, but we'll get to that later. I wake up at 4 a.m. and I can't sleep, but what I do is I start looking for something to paint, and I go through my reference images, and I find a reference image that I kind of excites me.
You get stoked.
Yeah, I go, yeah, there's something in there, and then I put that in my sketchbook app, and I alter it a little and go, this is what I hope that it would look like if I painted it. And then somewhere around 5:30, I fall back asleep. I wake up at 6:37, and I'm in the studio by 7. And I paint religiously every morning at 7 o'clock. And I get down there, and I know. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to paint. I don't know what to paint. And there are days you don't know what to paint. I still paint. And if I don't know what to paint, I just paint a figure. I just slap some paint around. It's like chipping on the golf course or like skating around and shooting the puck a few times. It's just a little bit of keep the whistle wet, right? But like last night, I woke up and I was like, I had altered this figure, and I said I was all excited about this figure, and I woke up and went, nope, I don't even see that. And I saw this mountain painting, and I was like, nope, I like this, and I altered it, and then I fell back asleep. 6:30 in the morning, I was in that studio, and I painted a painting, and Michelle came down this morning, and she walked in and went, you already painted that? I said, yep, done. She goes, that's fucking awesome.
Wow.
And I was like, well, thank you. That makes me feel good. But
Nice.
I thought it was awesome, too. And you know me. I'm the harshest critic of anyone.
As you should.
I'm like, oh, it's shit, whatever. Everything I do is shit. I was like, no, I just banged that out. Like, some days it just shows up. And look at my Instagram feed just the other day. Here's one I wiped off, and it said, I wrote, some days it's chicken, some days it's feathers. I couldn't get that shit to work for the life of me. You know how it is. But it's that 40% where I had it pre-worked out. I had an idea in my head, and it's bubbling up. You got to run with it while it's there. Because if you leave it 3 days from now, that idea will be like, yeah, it's kind of stale.
Yeah.
It's already gone.
It's true. And even when you're in a project, like when you're seriously in a project, like it goes like you're super stoked on it.
Totally.
Super great. This is the best idea ever. And then
I love where this is going.
And then it drops.
Oh, this is okay. This is okay. Oh my God. Why did I take this job? I hate this.
Stupid.
Fuck, we're done. I'm out. I'm never doing this again.
Back up and it evens out.
So Robert Wood, the great artist, always said to me, he goes, it's the haircut effect. And I was like, what? He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, when you're in the middle of a painting, don't quit. He goes, it's like a haircut. You don't go, how does my head look in the middle of a haircut? And you go, oh, I don't like that.
That's really good.
Like, you gotta get the haircut finished and then decide if you like it or not. But he goes, don't quit in the middle of a haircut. I call it the ugly duckling stage. Every painting, every wrap goes through an ugly duckling stage. There's a little section where you're like, I don't understand that. It doesn't work. Love the beginning. Love the end. What the hell is this mumbo jumbo in the middle? And you've gotta, that's the art part where art is war, man. You got to go to war with that and figure it out because it wants to bounce back and go, you ain't getting me today. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm getting you today. Yeah, we are. We're fighting this through. Some days you win, and yeah, some days you lose. I mean, tell me how many songs Fleetwood Mac threw out. I mean, they got...
How many songs like every great artist has thrown out? You usually get like 1 or 2 good songs on an album, and these are great.
And the rest of them are fillers.
Yeah.
And how many did they throw out that didn't make it? And that's what I say about what I hate about most art books. Art book, oh my God, good painting. Oh my God, this painting. Oh my God, this is the most amazing artist ever. I'm like, yeah, you don't see the shit that didn't make the book, and you don't see the shit that he stabbed and threw out and burnt and hated, and how many times he just about put a fucking brush through his eye going, ugh!
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
I know, that's all. Okay. So you got a question?
You go.
You go?
No, you go.
So you're 5 years in. Where are we in 5 years? What are we doing? What are you doing? I know. What are you doing? What do you think? 5 years.
We'll
five
probably have
years.
to move locations in 3 years. This is why I'm pushing online so freaking hard. Because right now, what is happening with social media game and everything is, okay, I understand maybe Opus, there's Dick Blick, there's all of this competition that sells online. Right? What I'm building in the store to sell online properly and have inventory count, blah, 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 is not new. But what is new that I haven't seen, and I'm sure it's out there. Maybe I haven't seen it. But
you're going to give away a secret.
Well, it's not a secret.
Okay.
Everybody should know this. People are going to start buying from content creators because they make content. Oh, you make content. I like your content. Let me buy supplies from you.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Well, you've already proven that.
Super simple.
You've already
right?
proven that.
And so, basically, let's grow our content and have an online store. It's like, I don't know. We can price match. We can price match anybody. But if you were to go to a store, and I already see this with, Prime and Logan Paul and Jake Paul, right?
Absolutely.
And most kids are buying Prime nowadays, not Gatorade, because they see Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
It is.
And they buy content. You're gonna provide me entertainment for free on the web. Of course I'm gonna go to that brand. It's just, and we love doing this.
We do absolutely love doing this.
Selling art supplies. Like I love it. I eat this up. This is like,
I do too. I love it too.
I'm not an artist. I love it. I eat it up. I'm freaking.
I love helping. Okay, so let me tell this little story. Part of the reason that I just love it. I just love it. And maybe it's not even part of the story. Maybe was just the way that it is. But part of the reason the store is the way that it is, and maybe the way you are, is raised in whatever in a household that was the way it was. But I wanted to be a rock star. I still do. Well, I'm almost a rock star. Well, I'm getting there.
You are a rock star, man.
I'm just Jack Black, just fatter and broker. So I wanted to be a rock star, and I did bass guitar, I did guitar, I did harmonica. I've tried them all, like whatever I could do to play an instrument. And then I realized that, oh my God, like you got to practice, and that's really hard, and you got to know something. And I sucked at it. Anyways, long story longer. I go to Mother's Music downtown Calgary, and anyone who's lived long as I have will remember on the corner of 17th Avenue and maybe 14th Street or 11th Street or whatever, there was a big thing called Mother's Music. Anyways, I went into Mother's Music, as a young guitarist learning guitar, going, I think I want to buy a better guitar. Like I need to get, like, if you're gonna do this, it's not about how much you practice and whatever. It's about your hair and your guitar. Like I should get a Flying V guitar. That's all I need. Anyways, I go into Mother's Music. I walk in and I'm looking around. There's a dude in the corner with a pork pie hat and he's playing guitar. You know, blues guitar. I'm like, oh, that guy's cool. And there's guitars all on little hooks hanging. And I'm like walking around going, this is cool, man. So I pick up a Flying V guitar and I'm like, you know, just strumming. It's like your guitar. It's not plugged in, but I'm strumming it. And the guy comes, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? And he grabs the guitar out of my hand and he goes, we do not just play the guitars. He goes, yeah. And he hangs it up and he goes, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, that guy's playing that guitar. He goes, yeah, he knows what he's doing. Like he's like a musician. And I'm like, oh, so you don't know who I am and I'm not a musician and you just made me feel like shit. Anyways, totally. I got up and went, oh, this was very awkward. I felt like shit and I walked out and I swore, I will never buy a guitar. I'll never buy anything from your store ever. I don't like your store. I hate your store. And to this day, I still don't like it. They're gone. Thank you. Anyways, when I started the store, I was like, guess what? You want to try a brush? You want to learn something? Come with me. I'll show you something. I'll show you anything. You want to learn something? We all started at nothing and we go to the top. I used to love Bob Ross. I mean, I still love Bob Ross, but I used to go run home to paint like Bob Ross because he'd paint a little cabin and he'd put a little palette knife corner on a little window in a cabin. I'd be like, oh, that's the shit. I love that shit. I'll be like, I'll teach anyone that. I don't care where you started. I don't care where you want to go. I am here to help you. I love you. Don't ever, everybody, like, we're here to learn. We're all on this journey together. I'm sorry. I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
No.
But that store set me off saying, I will never have a store like that. Everyone in my store, our store, they're all artists. I've almost exclusively hired people who paint, and I want them to go, yeah, we're all at this level. Oh my God. Anyways, done. I'm so proud of the store and I'm proud of all the people that work there. So
damn right, as you should.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's huge. Just that's why you're successful, is because you've welcomed everybody. And you've also I forget what book it was called. But I read this book once.
Once? I read it. That's my kid. I read a book once.
No.
Wasn't even in high school.
I read this book front to back in one day, and that was amazing for me. I know tons of people do that, but but for me, I was really
must have been a comic book.
No, it wasn't. And basically, the whole premise of the book was don't look for the outcome. Look at If you're looking for money, don't look at the outcome and the result. Look for what makes people happy. That's what will make the outcome.
Yeah, you got to make people happy. Yeah.
Or look for what satisfies the people, not.
But it's not even.
What would make me the most money? What would make these people the most satisfied? That's what will make you the money.
It is, and I'll tell you all day long that the greatest thing about our store is we undersell and tell people, no, don't buy that. Buy this; it's way cheaper. You're going to get better success with this, and then you'll come back and buy more because you know what? You don't need that. They want to come in and go, I think I need the most expensive because that will make me a good artist.
I always try to save people money.
No, you don't. Save the money. No, you got to. You don't need the best of anything. You need, but I love the encouragement of saying, no, just be encouraged. Like, I genuinely love to see people grow and see their art get better when they come in and go, hey, you taught me, you said this, and then I did this. And I'm like, see? Oh my God, that makes me happy that you're happy. I genuinely love when people are happy. That's my day.
Happy. Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. It's like you say, you giving. You can give to, you only give so long, and then you got to cut her off. But 80% give. As long as you're giving.
It's a scale of 1 to 10. And 1 being all I do is take, 10 being all I do is give. If you're an 8 on that scale, the most opportunities will come to you.
Absolutely, 100%. All right,
I got mine.
Oh, God, here we go.
All right. This is the one I didn't. No, I can't do that. That is a stupid question.
I got even more of a stupid question if you want to go. Entertainment value.
Before an artist, what was your first dream job?
Oh, God. Well, before I was an artist, I was a mechanic. I did go to...
I know, but what was it?
I know, okay. So that's really weird. That's really weird because I have 3. Number 1 was appliance repairman.
What?
I know, it's weird. Because I like to take a toaster apart and see what goes on, and if I could fix the toaster, that would be amazing. I would love to fix a dryer. I love taking apart and going, it's pretty simple. Everything's good. I'm going to, you need to replace it. I mean, you can't fix shit these days. But when I grew up, you could fix things. And my dad used to fix things. I loved looking at shit going, the dryer just has a big ring. It's just a drum on a band. Like, that's so easy to fix. So I thought, well, appliance repairman would be kind of cool because you get to take shit apart and put it back together, which is kind of weird. So becoming a mechanic was not a stretch for that. The other thing I've always wanted to do, and I still do, and I'm at some point in my life, this is going to happen. I want to be a DJ. I want to be a DJ.
Do you want to be a radio DJ?
I do.
Or a today's DJ? Like,
no, I want to be
crowd at a rave.
No, not that. No. No, that is the last thing I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to talk on the radio and yak about music and shit that I love and know and go, hey, here's the next song. I got a song for you. And
outlaw country.
No, I would love to sit down and just spin. What my show would be just called The Reason I Super Dig This Song. And it would be like, I know shit about it. I know nothing about the artist. I know anything, but I'd be like, this was what cranks me on this song. And I know nothing about music, cadence, nothing. I don't care. I just want a thing to go, doesn't that turn you on? And maybe I could turn you on to some songs that turn me on. I don't know. Okay, so that, and then I had this really far-fetched dream that I'd be a stand-up comedian. And I'd like to stand on stage and
I think you could do it.
And I'd be the guy that does the crowd thing where you talk to people and just
crowd
go,
work, yeah,
and just I would do all crowd work. Like I think I could lip you off because I'm that whole thing. Because I used to go to improv and I took some improv classes. And I thought I ventured down that road for a little bit. I kind of thought I'd do some improv. I have no fear of standing up in front of crowds. I have no problem lipping people off, and I go way too far. But I'm sure that's a learned thing where you control it and whatever. Well, but anyways, those are okay. So those are okay. What if you weren't doing this? What else? What else was on your radar?
Well, before anything was football, I think.
Oh yeah,
right.
Dad was damn good at football too. There's a whole story there, but we were not getting into that. But you did have that, and that's another thing. Drummer, yeah. Coach, he could do this. Football coach, he should go. He should play bantam. He's going to be, he could do this. I know.
Oh, bantam is like.
No, but you played Adam and then.
So young
and
still, right?
Yeah, but they were telling you could do bantam high school. You were like, I know you were young, but when coaches come to you personally and say, you got to keep this kid going, man, he's good. Like, dude, I coached football and I was like, wanted to say, your kid should like stay home. He should. I mean, he can be in football, but well, but when a coach comes to you and says, that's something. But
for sure.
Okay, go. So that's 2.
Oh, question?
No, you had two things you wanted to be. Football. What was it? 2 or
football
was it
and rap?
Rap and then nothing else. You never went to.
That was pretty much it.
Well, that's it. All right.
Football and rap. I wanted to be a star at something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely. And you are a star at something.
No, but do you remember being a drummer? And this is so funny. He, he's in drum classes and whatever, and they have like, it's like whatever, the year end where the parents come and see everybody perform. Yeah, like they have a recital. But we had talent night or whatever. But talent night is in a church. We have a church.
Oh, and I played Hell's Bells.
He plays Highway to Hell. He drums AC/DC Highway to Hell in a church. And just before he plays, he stands up at the drums and clicks his drum and he goes, hello, Chicago, let's rock. And then he plays this. Oh my God. I was like, you're born to perform.
told me to do that.
I know, but I didn't think you'd do it. I go, you have to do that. Like, that'd be super cool. And I totally didn't expect you to do it. And then you did it, and everybody cracked up.
Because we were practicing Highway to Hell.
Yes.
Did you know it was in a church before you arrived?
I had no idea. Zero idea. Zero idea. And I'm like, oh, my God, he's playing Highway to Hell, and we're in an Anglican church. Oh, my good God. Anyways, they didn't care. They would never rock. That was all good. All right.
It's too funny. Okay, your go.
Okay. Who's your hall pass?
Well, Mil Nakunis.
Oh, right out of the gate, he knows. All right. Okay.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's Meg. You like Meg?
Yeah, Meg Griffin. Yeah, totally. I gotta check the cameras. One sec.
All right, you go. You go. I got. Okay. I got. While you're checking the cameras.
Okay. What about this? Back to art.
Okay.
Art and gibberish, baby.
Yeah.
You're in 5 galleries.
Yeah.
What is one gallery that you would like to be into?
All the others. So if you're out there and need me, call me. No. I don't paint enough to be in any more galleries, and I don't support the galleries I'm in now well enough. I really should be painting more, and I could probably do better. But between still working part-time at the store, running the store, and teaching, and for Master, I teach for Mastrius too, which is a fantastic, Mastrius.com is just fantastic. They've been so good to me. And I'll tell you this. So we went to set up, and originally when the pandemic hit, and we decided, we should do this online thing. And we started doing some online things. The amount of work that you have to do to set up a platform to have online bunch of people teaching is astronomically huge.
I like the navigators. I think that's
awesome. And they've set this up so well. They're so good. So shout out to Mastrius. I have Mastrius classes, and man, I love my people on there, and they're so good. And the classes are good. It's easy and simple, and man, we learn a lot, and you really get to know your people and love them. So I forget where we're going with that, but that's that whole
just
online.
If you had one gallery, you wish.
Oh yeah, so no, but the master thing and teaching, and I'll be straight up honest with you. I think I'm way more of a Don Cherry than anybody knows. So I'm a far better teacher than I ever am a painter. There are people that paint way better than me, and my paintings are, they're there, but not way up there. And if I spent time, it's one of those things, you'd have to quit everything and dedicate like hardcore full time to painting. So my paintings, they're not bad. They're good. And I sell well and whatever, but to be in more galleries and to paint more, but I teach so much, but I absolutely love teaching, and I love helping people, and I love when people grow and learn, and I love to say the answers are all out there. It's just they're not always in every book, and how do you find them? I love it. So I just say I'm a better coach than I ever will be a teacher, or a better coach than I ever will be a painter, but I love teaching. So anyways, Mastrius.com.
Mastrius.com.
All right. Okay.
Is it .com?
.ca? No, it got to be. It's .com because it used to be .ca, but everybody thought they were from California, so they changed it to .com because .ca is like sometimes .ca is California too.
No, .ca is strictly Canada.
Well, I don't know. They said they had problems where everybody thought they were just out of California.
Oh, weird.
Anyway, that might be a thing. Julie, if you ever see this, text on the bottom and say whatever happened, but they changed it. But they used to be like levelingUp.ca.
Leveling Up.
Yeah, it was Leveling Up.
I like Mastrius better.
Mastrius is better too. They nailed it.
Yeah. Who was their biggest competition? You were saying?
I don't know that they have.
Never mind. Let's not go into it.
No, I don't know that. No, I wouldn't say competition. There's many platforms, but theirs is different than others. There's Philadelphia. There's Gabor, Tucson Art Academy.
This was all new to me.
Yeah, shout out to Gabor and Tucson Art Academy because he's got. It's basically everybody's looking for a different. It's all the same thing. Yeah. We just have different products. So Julie and Mastrius has those teachers. Gabor has like Matt Smith and Mitch Baird and Mitch Baird's coming.
Mitch Baird's coming online?
Back. Yeah, so and he does a great session online.
After he came to Calgary, I've had so many people come into the store and say, "Are you doing another one of that?" Like Like, I would really like to get in with Mitch Baird. And
I know. So it's not that, there's many things. It's just some stores sell this product, some stores sell this. We're all selling shit.
Yeah.
Right? And Mitch is a killer good teacher too. But they've got Matt Smith and Gabor. Gabor is an amazing teacher in himself. And Coley Wilson all out there. But Julie, man, my God, you got Mitch Alba and, oh my God, David Langevin. Oh, like, the problem is there's so many good artists out there, and who do you learn from and who do you take from? So my thing is, I'll just tell you this as we wind down. I was told by, now I'm just going to say this because this is going to hurt a little, but Randy Sexton, who has come here and stayed with me many times and painted here, and I brought him up, and I've painted with him many times, but he took his own life recently, and sorry. God bless his soul, because he told me when he was here, he looked at all my paintings, he looked at everything, and he said, dude, quit taking workshops. Like, you're getting confused. You're learning from too many people. Stop doing that. Just go home and paint, and don't quit, and paint. Paint feverishly and paint. It'll all come out. You already know what you're doing. He goes, every time you learn something new, it just confuses you. Just go home and paint. And God bless his soul, because once I stopped doing that, and he said, if you're going to take a workshop, take one a year. Don't take more than one a year. You'll get confused. And if you take that workshop, learn 3 things and practice that and figure it out. Don't keep taking from everybody. You just get confused. And there's workshop junkies out there. And I know I'm cutting my own business by saying this, because I should be telling you. But I'm telling you, man, he saved my soul, like, and made me a way better painter by just learning to paint.
Wow.
And just paint. Just go get to the easel and paint. It's the only way you're going to learn. Just paint. Just paint.
Yeah.
Just paint. All right. I got one last question, because
right,
we had 5.
Yeah, we're at an hour, so.
Okay, we're done. Okay, last question. Anything? What's your pet peeve? What drives you crazy? Anything? Can you think of anything that just goes? Because I got one, and I'm gonna
What drives me crazy?
One thing that goes, oh, I hate that. It drives me crazy. Okay, here's mine.
I don't know, man. I would say, like, and this probably stems from you, is now that I have my own place and everything, when people leave the lights on.
Yeah, turn the heat down, put a sweater on, dude.
And I never thought I'd be...
not light in the neighborhood.
I never thought I'd be this person, but I am totally the dad who's like, who touched my thermostat?
Yeah.
Who touched it?
Doesn't have to be this warm. Put a sweater on.
I'm like,
dude,
yeah.
Yeah, well, now I'm in the opposite realm. I'm like, who turned the heat down? God, I'm freezing. I'm old. Turn the heat up. It's like, you come in and go, dude, it's 900 degrees in here. I'm like, it is? Doesn't feel like it. All right, so this is my thing. And I do this, and I don't know how to stop it, but it also drives me crazy, is when people say, well, I think, and I'm like, well, obviously you do. Just say what you have to say. So say what you have to say. You don't have to tell me that you think that, because if you're saying it, you think it. I know redundant. That. And they always go, it's very redundant. They keep saying, and I think, and I think, and I think, and.
But it's a way to say, okay, I'm about to say something without
I know.
an
So, but I know without an but what if you just said it? Wouldn't it be bolder if you just went, things are too black and things aren't white enough? And
it is,
and it would be very bolder.
Is that from that communication guy?
No, this is my own thing. I've never heard this before. Except the problem is, I say I think all the time is because it's that careful lead in.
Yeah, it is.
Well, because I'm trying to get my brain to engage while I'm about to say what I'm going to say.
Well, there's also that, and then there's also the judgment of people, right? And it's like, okay, well, you may think what you think, but I think,
yes,
you know.
Except I wish I had the kahunas just to go
saying it.
This
direct,
is what the way it is. This is the way it is.
It is.
I think you see. I just said I think you'd win better. You'd win better if you stopped saying that. You'd kick ass.
Yeah.
You want that to happen, you got to let it happen. And yet I do it. It's just, I think, is the new millennium of
Yeah.
Or like, it used to be in the 70s. You know, like, so like I went to like the store and then I like I like bought some like chips and stuff, and then it was like, and then now it's I think, and then I think, and I think. I'm like, well, apparently you do think that because you're about to tell me what you like. It's obviously you think that. You don't have to say that. Except I still do it. So I'm working on. That's my work on.
Okay, so I'll say next time, I don't think.
or the other one that drives me is, to tell you the truth. I'm like, so what, have you been telling me a lie the whole time? And now you're going to tell me the truth? I always say, to tell you more of the truth.
I guess that's even stupider. Though.
I know it is, because then it makes that, anyways. Okay, that's it. Goodbye, guys.
Okay, thank you.
That's it for Potato Water Thursdays. I know it was a little close off. Our Art and Gibberish, swintonsart.com.
We love you guys.
All right.
We're back at it.
I know this is longer than it was supposed to be. Might be edited and whatever. You got to hear in the mic or anyways.
And we're out.